So pretty much all the videos this month have been about important and influential movies, where even if you're not a horror fan, you can't deny the impact they've had on filmmaking and storytelling. This is not one of those movies, but it's fun. A bar in the middle of nowhere is going about its business when a man bursts in saying that there are terrifying monsters coming to kill them all. And shortly after he arrives, they make their entrance, slaughtering everyone they come across. Even after the bar's been fortified and the crew is ready for an attack, the creatures multiply and swarm the place, picking off the people inside one by one. The lead hero changes with every scene, with the final three making it out of the bar and escaping to warn others about the danger headed their way. This movie is the end product of Season 3 of Project GreenLight, which means that the script was submitted for a contest and then approved by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, who produced it. Now, I never watched a single episode of this show because even if the end product is making a film that I genuinely enjoy watching, it takes a lot for me to watch a reality show. But here's the thing, the show aired on Bravo as opposed to all the other seasons which were on HBO. How the hell could they show any of this?
Monster sex.
This movie is stuffed with nothing but sexual references, swearing in every scene, and gore! 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 Not that type of gore, but I understand your confusion.
Come here, you okay? Yeah, I'm so sorry. I let you.
This is without a doubt one of the bloodiest, most needlessly graphic horror films I've ever seen. Limbs and heads fly every which way, blood is splattered on every wall and person, and maggots start growing out of that guy from 30 Rock's head.
How does it look? Is it getting better?
Maybe.
Speaking of which, aside from Judah Friedlander, let's check out some of the other people who just happen to be getting a drink on the worst night of their lives. This bar is run by the crazy pawn shop owner from Pulp Fiction. The regulars are everything from an old surly bartender to a biker chick who's planning on robbing the place, to the main character who, to borrow a line from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, is dumber than a bag of hammers.
Maybe we don't need to fight them at all.
Yeah, why don't we just call them names? Fucking genius.
And one of my personal favorites, Henry Rollins, is there too. He's playing a motivational speaker who spends the entire night trying to pick up women unsuccessfully. And Jason Mewes is there, just playing pool.
Dude, you're late. I have to leave in a half hour now.
And before you ask, no, he does not have a character in this. He's even addressed as Jason Mewes on the little title cards they give you. They give you little blurbs about the characters, including fun facts and whether or not they will die in this movie, which is especially helpful once McSteamy gets there with a shotgun.
Fuck are you?
As soon as he steps into frame, you know that this guy is going to kick ass and take names throughout the entire film, until 2 minutes later.
I'm the guy that's gonna save your ass.
They killed the hero 2 minutes after being introduced. That is awesome. Some of the descriptions are obviously lying, but still, it's not every movie where they literally spell out the main character's life expectancies.
Beer me.
And not just that, but a couple of other running jokes in the film are pretty funny, most of them revolving around everyone in the bar getting the ever-loving crap kicked out of them. Beer guy gets covered in every bodily fluid imaginable and turns into a walking body bag by the end of the film. Boss man can't seem to walk into a room without getting attacked or shot. Grandma's not giving a crap levels are off the charts. That is what I aspire to be when I get older. In a bar attacked by monsters and still pounding down drinks like it's every other Tuesday night. And also there's Henry Rollins being the absolute best Henry Rollins he can be, giving an inspirational speech every 10 minutes that never seems to work.
We need to scare them. We need to scare them back. This is a species standoff.
No wonder the monsters just decide to pick him up and start using him as a battering ram once he gets outside. You don't get to be the singer of Black Flag without having a pretty thick skull. Speaking of the monsters, they've all got a really interesting, crazy design with no two looking exactly alike. The smaller ones are quick little bastards cutting through bones without a problem and ripping off people's faces.
Is it gone?
What the fuck?
Looks like there's not going to be a Clerks 3 after all. And the adults, you never really get a clear shot of until the very end, because they seem to be wearing other animals' skin as coats to protect themselves. But I also like that the monsters are never properly explained, they're tough as hell to beat, and they're smart. They established early on that pumping them full of bullets doesn't really do much, so the monsters have to be cornered and outsmarted in order for anybody to have a chance against them. Except for the heroine, who just decides to say screw it and just kind of beats the piss out of one of them, knocking out all of its teeth and then pulling out its insides through its mouth. To be fair, though, she had just lost a child, so all things considered, she was actually taking it pretty well.
If you could stop trying to get people killed, that'd be great.
Does the film have its problems? Well, yeah, for one, it's terribly paced. There are huge chunks of almost 20 minutes of the movie at a time where absolutely nothing happens, and then the action bits are either too drawn out or too quick to get a real read on what's going on. Plus, I may have mentioned this in the VHS reviews, but my least favorite thing about any horror movie, especially modern ones, is a heavy reliance on shaky cam. And this one makes my head hurt watching it sometimes. I get that they're trying to get away without showing most of the monster at once, but you know what? It's got a cool design. Maybe let us see it for longer than 0.5 seconds at a time, with a camera that doesn't look like it's being held by a distracted gorilla that's easily frightened. But even with all that, I still enjoy this movie, and from what I can tell, I wasn't alone. The crew looked like they had a blast making this film, and it's full of all the ridiculous gore and cheesy one-liners that a corny horror film needs. Now, the film was a lot more successful than anybody expected it to be. It made the most money out of anything to come out of Project GreenLight so far, and it spawned 2 sequels, which were even more gory and stupid and fun. And one of them involves a scene where somebody threw a baby to distract the monsters while he ran away. It's just priceless.
Wow, that's bad, even for this group.
Now, both the 2 writers of this film, Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan, have gone on to work on other things, like every Saw movie from number 4 on. And Project GreenLight is actually in the middle of its 4th season right now, so here's hoping it can reach the success of this past one, even without producers like Chris Moore and Wes Craven. I haven't talked about Wes Craven this month, have I? Let's change that.
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
Listen!